is a diamond girl. She is a diamond. Diamond, diamond, diamond girl.
Hi YouTube, it's Princess Diamond. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm installing hair from Lalula Hair. I'm using 3 packs of their deep wave human hair, and I did use all 3 packs. You guys, we went for a really full look. Now each pack of hair comes with 3 bundles, but it's about 300 grams. 300 grams of hair. This is what the hair looks like. Again, the curl pattern that we're using is deep wave, and again, everything is 18 inches long. Link to the hair will be down in the description. You can check it out if you're interested, but let me get into the setup. I'm also using braiding hair because we're doing a braided style, and then I'm using the human hair, and that's my setup there. I use my hand helper for my braiding hair. I've always used that ever since I purchased it. I've never went back. And then for the human hair, I stuck with my braiding hair rack. So now we're just doing the middle section of this. Oh, I didn't tell you all the styles. So we're doing Boho Braided Mohawk. Very versatile, very cute. You can make it as full as you want. You can make it light. It's just a really nice look. We're starting out with the middle section. And so I created a center part going all straight down, and then a row on the left and a row on the right. So I'm working on this first row on the left here. As you can see, I'm just doing knotless braids, and I'm adding in the human hair pieces. Now I went for a really full look, like really full. I wanted it to be to look like knotless braids when she wears it down, like boho knotless braids when she wears it down. So we went for using all of the hair. So because of this, I am adding quite a bit of pieces to each braid. So minimum, I added at least 10 pieces of the human hair to every braid. Some of the braids had 11 or 12, but there were at least 10, just to get it all to fit. And I'm gonna show you guys the process of how I got all of the hair to fit. I'm also adding the human hair to the ends of the braids as well, and then I'm just using a tiny section there to create a knot, double knotting it, and then also tying that tiny section together twice again as well. This will secure and make sure that it's not going to come out. Never had any issues with it coming out, so this is a good method to use to make sure that your braids don't come undone. And then of course I'm just snipping off these blunt ends on the braids, but as you can see, 10 pieces as I promised. Okay, so we did that to the entire row, and then I'm gonna do the same thing to the next row. So this is the middle section there, and when I went higher up, I started putting the boho pieces closer to the root of her braid, just to be able to make it look fuller in the front top section. So these 2 rows, I used one entire pack of hair, not a bundle, because remember each pack had 3 bundles. So I used 3 bundles, one entire pack of hair for just these 2 rows of braids. Yeah. And then since they're boho, or since they are mohawk braids, for the left side I used another pack, and then for the right side I used another pack of hair. So that was how I was able to fit all 3 bundles in her hair. And no, I did not make the style heavy. So the human hair is pretty light. Although we use 300 grams of hair, it's still not heavy. And then the braiding hair, I only used like a slightly a little bit more than 1 pack of hair. So it did not make the style heavy at all. It just made it really nice and full. And so as you guys can see, to try to fit all this hair in, I'm trying to get as many pieces on each braid as possible. So I'm braiding about 1.5 inches, 1 inch, and adding human hair pieces after every inch. So that's how I'm able to get a lot of these pieces on. If you don't want your hair as full, then you just would add less human hair pieces. So you may add 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces, however full you want it. So this is how it looks so far with just the middle section of the mohawk braids done. And again, this is one entire pack of hair, which had included 3 bundles in that pack. I'm just counting down the boxes to show how many braids I did going down, and then of course I replicated the same thing on the other side. So now for the cornrow part of the mohawk braids. This is the fun part. This is where you just get to be creative, do what you want. There's really no rules to it. There's no rules. As many braids as you want. You can make the big braids big. You can make them small. You can do whatever design you want. Just all the braids are going to one side, and then the other braids on the other side are going to the opposite side. I'm doing the same thing as far as adding in the human hair pieces, so we're still adding in about 10 to 12 pieces on every braid. And then for the braiding hair, I'm using very minimal because she has very thick hair, so she doesn't really need a lot of braiding hair added to her scalp. She needed more braiding hair when I was doing like the tail of the braids, just to give it more, thickness as I was braiding down. But for her scalp, I used very, very, very small pieces as I was braiding it, to prevent it from the braids being too bulky on her scalp. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch now. I'll be back towards the end. Okay, so I did all the cornrows first, and then I went back into finishing the braids and adding the boho pieces. It just made it a lot simpler for me in my mind instead of going back and forth, or I don't know, finishing it all the way through. So yeah, now I'm just finishing the ends of the braids and adding in the curly hair, and this is the final result. We did end up dipping these in hot water just so that way the braids were not so stiff. She can move them around, but yeah, I'm gonna style it because again, these braids are very versatile. But I was really happy with the final result. But you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, link to the hair again will be down in the description. It's from Lalula hair. Thank you to them for sending this hair. And you guys let me know what style you want to see next. Drop it down in the comments below. And I'll try to get that to you as soon as possible. But let me know what you think. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. I hope you guys be blessed. Stay protected. Stay filled with love and peace.